Hey there folks, Luke here with the Outdoor Gear Review. I hope you are all doing well. Today for this episode, Luke is reviewing, that's me by the way, the Dark Energy Poseidon 10,000 milliamp battery bank. They say, the company that makes this, Dark Energy, they say that this is the strongest battery bank out there. They say it's tough. Well, let's find out just how tough it is. Go ahead and get comfortable. Let's take a look at it now. Here is the box, Dark Energy. Very nice packaging indeed. Extend your adventure. Stay off the grid with an extra week of power. Let's go ahead and open this up. So as you can see right here, you have this plastic container. Very nice. And of course it does come packaged much nicer, but I have been using this for a while. So I'm going to go over everything that is included. This is a 2 feet long charging cable. Nice little cap on this, keep dust out. It's also waterproof. On the other end is a micro USB. I really like these covers, that's very nice. As you can see here, this charging cable is covered in paracord. In a minute, we will unwind all this and see exactly how much. I mean, there's got to be at least, I don't know, 17 feet. There's got to be a lot here. It comes with a carabiner, so you can clip this onto your backpack, whatever you want to. Sadly, this is very, very cheap. Mine, in fact, is stripped. So there's no real way to lock this. It just goes all the way through, all the way up, or all the way down. There's no stopping point. So I wouldn't trust this carabiner worth anything if I really, really cared about this device. If you're going to be rough on your gear, you would want to replace this carabiner. It's not very good. Right here is a nylon strap, which attaches to the battery bank. Then you can attach the carabiner to it. Very good quality, reinforced stitching, very tough. Here's the battery bank, we'll come to that in just a minute. You get all sorts of information. Instruction guide, registry card, a decal. There is a 2-year warranty with this, by the way. So essentially, here's the goodies. This is what is important. Here's the battery bank. Like I said, you get the paracord, charging cable, nylon strap, and the not so good carabiner. So as you can see here, here's the device. Very thin. Feels very, very good. I'm not sure what type of plastic this is, but it's covered in plastic here on the front and the back. On the sides, rubber. On the corners, very thick rubber. Typically where it would hit, as you can see, bounces. Here at the end, this is where you have access to all the different ports. You have this cover, this lid right here, which you could just pop open. Very, very sturdy. It definitely feels very, very solid. So as you can see, you have 2 USB ports. One is a 2.4 amp. This is a 1.0 amp. You have a flashlight, and this is where you would charge it. Charging takes about 5 hours, so it's not too bad. Pretty quick all in all. The flashlight is activated with a button on the side. Regular flashlight mode, you can tap it once more for SOS mode. In a jam, it will definitely be useful. So like I mentioned, you have the button here for the flashlight. On the other side, you can press this button, and right here is an indicator of the battery level, how much juice you have left. You can hit this button with my thumb. There's the indicator. Now when it comes to weight, for just the charger itself, you are looking at 8.9 ounces. If you add the USB charging cable, the nylon strap, and the carabiner, you're looking at 11.3 ounces. Now when it comes to this device, it offers you 10,000 milliamps of battery power, portable power. It has a waterproof rating of IP68, which is the highest possible rating, which is the equivalent of 45 minutes in 4 feet of water. The durability rating is that of the military standard 1080G, which is the highest level possible. Let's go back to the charging cable. I want to go ahead and unwind this and see exactly how much paracord is available to you. Let's see. Might have to use my knife here to break it loose. You can see where it's been glued in. It's a nice quality charging cable. You could purchase these separately. Comes in 2 colors. One's black, one's coyote. And I believe they run about 20 bucks, which is pretty dang expensive for a charging cable. Okay, there we go. So let's take this thing apart, shall we? How much do you guys think? I guessed, what was it, 17 feet? I don't have a tape measure with me, but I do have a way of accurately measuring, and I'll show you that in a second. The way that I measure without the use of a tape measure or ruler is very, very simple, and you could do the same. It's a neat little trick. Okay, this will take a little bit, so I will go ahead and speed this up thanks to the magic of editing. There's a slight smell to this, very chemically. It's the cable itself, it's not the paracord, it just smells like I don't know. Not like rubber, just kind of like chemicals. Maybe you guys can hear that woodpecker. Peck, 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 peck. Finally, I got it unwound. That took around 15-20 minutes. That took a while. I will show you the cable here in just a second, what it looks like with the paracord missing. But when it comes to measuring, you can use your arms. Now, for myself, from the tips of my fingers on both hands, it is 62 inches, which is just a little bit over 5 feet. Now, that is very, very easy to remember. 5 feet every single time you hold your arms out, for me. Now, what I recommend for you is to get someone to help you, get your measuring stick, your ruler, your tape measure, whatever, and figure out what is the distance between the tips of your fingers on both hands. Here we go. There's 5, 10, 15, less than 20. So that might just be 17 feet right there. So, okay, 17 feet of paracord. I'm pretty familiar with paracord and making bracelets and stuff, so I had a good idea. 17 feet of paracord wrapped around the 2-foot long charging cable. So, here's the charging cable without the paracord. It's very, very thin. It's rubbery. It does not feel very strong to me. Now, I have many, many USB cables, and this one seems somewhat delicate. Now, I have been testing this out for a number of months now, and there's no issues to report. But once you take off the paracord, I don't know, kind of flimsy in my opinion. But so far, it definitely has worked well. I can't complain about anything, no issues yet. I love the fit and finish of this. Like I mentioned before, this is probably one of the nicest charging banks that I have ever seen. It really is impressive. This is a dual USB charging device, which means that you can charge 2 devices at one time, and it works just fine in that capacity. Now, I'm going to hook this up to my cell phone here. Right here it is. To prove that it works, because we're about to shoot this a couple of times. So, here's my device. Plug it in. Bing. Now, a couple of months back, I was talking with Taylor from Dark Energy, and he was asking me if I would be interested in testing out this product. To me, I was like, it looks nice, but, I've tested out a lot of these. I'm not really interested. And then he stated that this thing is extremely tough. So tough, in fact, that it can withstand a bullet. Now, that interests me big time, because I was like, well, you know what? Let's see if that's true, right? So I received the product. I've been testing it out for a while. It really does work well. I asked Taylor, what type of caliber can this withstand? And he said that they shot it with a 20 gauge shotgun. Well, I don't have a 20 gauge shotgun. What I do have is a 12 gauge shotgun. And that is what we are going to shoot this with. 35 feet away, game target load. If the Poseidon could withstand the shotgun blast, we will go a step further. We'll shoot it with the 22. And if this thing still works after we're done shooting it, I will mount this on my wall. Stay with me, folks. I'm going to get everything set up, then we'll do this. We're ready to go. Safety on. Camera rolling. Camera's rolling. Safety off. Let's do this. So here it is. Oh yeah. Ate that thing up pretty good. Ooh, but check that out. See the warping on the inside there? That is probably broken now. See if it still shuts. Yeah? Penetrated the rubber here on the side. The fact that this USB port right here is smashed up like that, I mean, that is technically broken. I'm going to see here if I can't bend it back in. So, it was the 2.4 amp port that was damaged. I took my knife and I kind of bent this plastic back down. Maybe it will work. Ah, and it did. So, okay, it's still reading that it has power. We'll try the flashlight. Huh. The flashlight function is broken. That is not working any longer. The 2.4 amp slot is broken. It is no longer charging my phone. Let's switch over to the 1 amp. And it is not charging either. This device is broken, and it did not withstand a bullet. Now, to be honest with you, that is not what I expected, especially with that load right there. That wasn't the load that I was intending to bring with me either. It was much, much more burly than that. Now, I have to say that was very, very interesting, my friends. I really did expect more from this device, to be honest with you. About the only thing that is left working is the indicator on how much battery, how much juice is left. Otherwise, this device is shot, literally. Now, let's forget about this thing being shot and the fact that it's torn up right now. Let's talk about my experiences so far while testing it out. And I've been testing it out for roughly 3 months, something like that. Now, while it worked, it really did work well. It performed very well. The fit and finish is excellent. I really like the styling to this. It's very macho. It does seem like it's built, you know, like a tank. Very sturdy. When it comes to charging, it did a great job. It would charge my iPhone 5S, you know, in about 2.5 hours. And it would charge it roughly 3 times, so that's pretty darn good. Now, when it comes to the cons, there are a couple. The first one being that with the flashlight, it is underneath this protective cover. So, you would have to open this up to use it, which totally negates the waterproof aspects to this battery bank. So, if you're out in the rain and you need a flashlight, you can't use this device. And to me, that doesn't make any sense for a device that is waterproof, down to 4 feet for 45 minutes. To me, that's just an oversight. That is something that I would like to see changed in the future models. Now, the next issue is price. This runs $100. And this is the most expensive battery bank I have ever tested. And yes, while I like this one a good bit, it has performed well, it is tough. But that doesn't equal $100 in my book. You could buy larger capacity battery banks for a whole lot less. Now, if you're just the type of person who is extremely tough on your gear, maybe you're a soldier, maybe you need something that is up to this specification. I am someone who does not. So it doesn't make sense for me to buy this because I am not this hard on my own gear. So $100 for a battery bank is very, very expensive. So right here in my hand is a brand new Dark Energy Poseidon battery bank. The company was nice enough to send me 2 so I could do some testing here. Now in the future I will do a giveaway for this Poseidon, so make sure to pay attention to the channel. That will come up soon enough. So folks, that is my review of the Dark Energy Poseidon battery bank 10,000 milliamps. It's a good device, it's sturdy, it has performed well for me until I shot it and destroyed it. Can it take a bullet? I don't think so. Not really. Nothing of any sort of power. For the fun of it, let's shoot this thing with the 22 and see what happens. That's how we'll finish up this video. Dark Energy, thank you very much for sending this in, allowing me to test it out. Look forward to the giveaway, everyone. Until then, take care, strength and honor. See you guys. Let's shoot it with the 22. All right, let's see what happened to it, shall we? Ooh. Whoa. It is smoking right now. In my opinion, if it cannot withstand a 22, it cannot withstand a bullet. Case closed.